Like Sangeeta mentioned, we have with us this morning, and we're delighted to have with us this morning, Dr. Neeraj Mithal, Principal Secretary, Information Technology, Government of Tamil Nadu. He has served in senior positions such as Director of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Director of Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, and Commissioner of Tamil Nadu E-Governance Agency. He also has several publications to his credit. It's a privilege and an honor to have him here with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, please extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Neeraj Mithal. I'd like to request him to please come forward and address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. I'm really delighted to be here in this first in-person event by NASSCOM. And it's such a refreshing change to see people around you. Technology, denudes this human connection very effectively. We see how we are, when the COVID, at the peak of COVID, while it connected us in many ways, and as Sangeeta pointed out, was a lifesaver for many of the companies, especially in the tech world. It led to a lot of changes. I mean, the topic today, which all we are gathered here, is one of the most important things which are facing both government and the private sector, as to looking at how the jobs are going to be created, how we are going to preserve jobs, how are we going to give a transition to the existing workforce, which might lose its relevance because of technology and reasons such as COVID. As I see the future of work, really will be shaped not only by COVID. It will be, various kind of pandemics, climate change, things which are really looming large, which affect the planet as a whole. These are not local changes. These are, global challenges, right? I mean, COVID was one global challenge. Climate tech is another change, is another global challenge we are facing. And it drives the ESG paradigms in all the private sector and, in the country's policies. And this is going to really make a difference in how the jobs are going to change. The future of work pre-pandemic was always determined by the changes in technology, changes in automation, digitization. Then we use the word digitalization, and that has been exacerbated or really taken the future of work by its horns, and it's changing everything, right? I mean, we know how AI ML is reaching out to frontiers where human capacity is being surpassed. The third, I think, trend which I see where the work will change and the future of work will be very different will be driven by entrepreneurship and innovation. You see lots of kids who were possibly really wanting to go into big companies or small companies. Now they want to start up their businesses. I mean, this trend, fortunately, for the last 4 or 5 years has, become very, very strong in India. And I hope, I was talking to Sangeeta, and, there is a undercurrent in the startup ecosystem where we are seeing that the funding might, be not as prolific as it used to be over the last 5 to 7 years. I hope that is not the case, and it's a temporary, blip. The other trend I see, which is again linked, is the rise of gig economy, and it's going to massively determine people, and it's linked to how the work from home culture has evolved, how we have reacted to pandemic, and it has given a fillip to. So these are the 4 or 5 trends which really make us look at the future of work and what we are going to do about it, right? You look at pandemic, the work from home culture, Sangeeta talked about. I don't know how how many companies have really reverted back to their full operations. I would suspect not many. And it's a, you saw the Elon Musk saying that, people who are working at the top echelons have to come back and work at least to the level of some 40 hours a week. There are industry people who are on the shop floors. So if a company like Tesla is facing this issue, I'm sure everybody is, facing the same kind of challenges here. It is an opportunity and a challenge both for, for the companies. It is giving rise to issues like mental health, right? I mean, and people, we need to be working on how to keep your employees healthy. We hear anecdotes, divorce rates are going up, right? I mean, because husband and wives are spending more time together. Now, is that a fact? I don't know, but it is definitely something which we need to be worried about at a larger scale. The number of jobs, I was reading a report of OECD. It said that I think we lost, millions of jobs across the world just due to pandemic. I think 120 million jobs were lost across the world. We have a rebound, but I think the job creation has been under a lot of stress, especially post-pandemic. So I think that will be something which I hope the new technology, which also is threatening jobs, right? So AI and ML have led to equivalence and capabilities on vision, on, on speech, on understanding, on, possibly creation of creative content like books, deep fake videos. So all of that has, machines are able to do that. And the silver lining is that the jobs which are going to be created in the high tech are going to be larger than what we are going to replace, which means a lot of reskilling, upskilling will have to be done. Government can do a little bit, not very much, and we were seized of this problem about 6 to 8 months ago of how to get the students which are coming out, which are your primary workforce every year, which gets added, right? About 4 lakh students get into the workforce every year. About, I think, 1 lakh of them are, STEM or STEM related. We created a program for about 50,000 computer science, electronics, IT, students which are getting out of the 450 odd colleges of Tamil Nadu. We are calling that program called Nalaye Thiran. It's comes under the umbrella program of the Honorable Chief Minister. It's called the Naan Mudalvan. What we are trying to do there is to give them an experience so that they learn by doing, which is sorely missing, which most of you do on your campuses. When they actually come there, in the first 6 months, you actually spend time doing that for every, every student which joins your workforce through your respective programs. So we're trying to do that in the 6th and 7th semester. It's going to be, launched very shortly. And we will be, and it's not a pilot program. So we are covering the entire 50,000 students who will be actually doing problem solving using a tech platform. Along with, and it's a program which has been co-created by NASSCOM, by, our tech partner, ICT Academy, Skill Development Corporation. So it's a multi-agency program. I think it's going to give our students a lot of cross-cutting skills which they need today. Problem solving, creative thinking, team building, collaborative working, and thinking, in a way by which when they look at a problem, they are not looking at a book to solve it. They're looking at their minds, they're able to exercise that, they're able to think, innovatively and create solutions by the skills they have learned in their colleges. So this challenge of, upskilling and reskilling as technology evolves, the window is also becoming very short. So I think all of you are grappling with these issues. The gig economy is going to be another, I think, opportunity which all of us, we know the Ubers and, the Dunzos and all these companies which are really working to utilize this opportunity, utilize the platform which are available. And I think this trend is only going to grow. As we were discussing with Sangeeta, possibly there's going to be some kind of a reality check on companies which are always, net negative on cash flows, but still, have tremendous market valuations as venture capitalists and other people who are funding these companies bring a little bit of possibly realpolitik to what they can contribute. I think the opportunities are going to be from new business models, e-commerce, in various ways. Telemedicine, as I said, mental health is going to be an issue. Banking, I mean, India recently surpassed China in number of digital transactions, right? I mean, that's a wow that we were able to do that. Even the United States has a really dated model. Our RTGS or NEFT is still not there. They are just coming up with a FedNow model of banking, where they will be able to transact between the banks in less than 24 hours. Right now, if you transfer money from one bank to the other, it takes, I think, about 2 to 3 days for it to settle. And in India, you are doing it instantly. You transfer it, and next moment you get an SMS that the money is there. So I think the technological changes, we India have leapfrogged in many ways, and we are the largest human capital supplier. Tamil Nadu is one of the states which is the largest human capital supplier to the rest of the country. The government wants to really help the industry in doing that. We would be happy to work with all of you to create this new future workplace. We have a couple of new initiatives. One, you might have seen the video, which is on Umagine. We're trying to position Tamil Nadu as the place where technology will flourish in the next decade. To achieve technological dominance, we would seek your support. There is another initiative we are launching is on the creating a deep tech accelerator in Tamil Nadu. We have already raised roughly about 600 million rupees from various stakeholders. It's going to start very shortly. We are going to only focus on deep tech applications to difficult and wicked problems of the society. And I would be very happy if people who are here will be willing to contribute to either problem statements, to mentoring, to funding the incubatees who come there. And these two projects, I am very, very sanguine that in this current year will be game changers from government's intervention into the deep tech space. With this few words, I thank all of you who have come here. I see that there is a long series of seminars and discussions. We would be happy to receive your suggestions. If the government, I've taken note of what Sangeeta has said on the the work from home requirements in the SEZs. We'll work with NASSCOM and try to see what best we can do on that. But if there are any suggestions for government, we'd be very happy to take them. And I thank you all for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Neeraj Mittal, for that address.